Peace and blessings. I am Sequoia Tree Roots, and I would like to share some things with you. Don't want to take up too much of your time. This is about being spiritually in tuned uh, with your soul by way of yourself. um, it's very important to be able to sit with yourself because obviously, maybe not obvious to a lot of people, but yourself is all you have. That's it. So when you're going through things out there um, and you don't know where to turn, yourself is the best entity you could possibly go to. Because when you're able to sit with yourself and you're in that quiet, you're now conversing with God. And God knows everything. So I am pretty okay with having a conversation with an entity that knows everything, especially if I'm confused in a lower level state to where I can't go to the next level. Now, I'm saying this because, I talk to different people um, all the time. And we are human beings and we're all the same. And we all go through things. And, a lot of people try to turn to external things to, I don't know, lighten the load, but it just really makes it okay. You know what I mean? I mean, it all depends on what you turn to. I mean, some people turn to, church or psychiatrist or, which there's nothing wrong with those things. I'm not a religious person, but I'm a very spiritual person, and that means I also recognize the truth in everything. You know what I mean? Churches nowadays, they're not really doing the job on a grand scale. It's just all commercialized, superficial bullshit. And I mean, I'm sorry to use that language, but that's how I feel about it. But God is still there. God is everywhere, Um, and there are rare gems in every place that actually, sees something different than the average. And all I'm saying is, getting back to the external, that's an external entity. Okay, you're feeling down or whatever, you need some, type of reassurance and some support. Nothing wrong with that. But ultimately, it's you. That's all. It's you that's going to have to go inside of your soul and pick out the parts because you're the only person who knows. All of that support is great and it builds morale and it helps you with your potential to do it, but no one can go into your soul and be like, oh, here you go, now you okay? No, we're not robots. We are humans. We are soulful people. We have breath. We need to breathe this oxygen. you know um, you can't be afraid to be with yourself. Sometimes it gets lonely. I'm there. You know what I mean? I've been there. uh, you know, um, sometimes it's like, wow, there's nobody around. I'd like to bounce this off of somebody, but sometimes people aren't around, and it's not their fault or anybody's fault. It's just that's how it goes. Other people have their own stuff to deal with. Um, but in order to get spiritually in tune, uh, sit with yourself. If you can't be with yourself, what else you got? I don't know. Because remember, the self, the godly self, the higher self, that's how you get to God. The most high, the tier, whatever you want to call that entity. You know, um, you have to be able to be with yourself. And then relationship wise, if you can't be with yourself, nobody's going to want to be with you. They're going to leave the same reasons you are, because you haven't been with yourself to go in there and see why you're leaving. um, That's just what it is. Um, you'll find that yourself is such a beautiful person. And when you get there, you'll want to hang out for a long time, long periods of time, where you won't have any problems. Oh, really? That's all going on, but I'm gonna just go home and be with myself. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spiritually enlighten tonight on a Saturday night, on a Friday night, on a Thursday night. I'm gonna grow. And I love that. You know, try that approach, and maybe some things will be looking up. I'm sure you'll find some wonderful, beautiful gems inside of yourself that answers some questions that you've probably been asking for a long time. I'm going to keep it a little short this time. I am Sequoia Tree Roots. Peace and blessings. I love you, and keep growing. Peace.